Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. Today we're diving deep into the world of urban legends. You know, those scary stories we tell each other that might be true, might be totally made up, but either way, they give us chills. We're talking about the stories that keep you up at night, wondering if that noise you heard was just the house settling or something else. So, if you're ready to get freaked out, keep watching, and don't forget to leave the lights on tonight. Let's get started. Let's start with a creepy one. Picture this. It's late at night, you're home alone, and you hear a knock at the door. You peek through the peephole, and standing there are two kids, maybe 10 or 11 years old. They're pale, a little too neat and tidy, and they're asking to come in. Weird, right? But it gets so much creepier. These kids aren't your average trick-or-treaters. Their eyes are completely black. No white, no pupils, just pure blackness. People say they speak in unnervingly polite voices, like they're trying way too hard to be normal. And they always want to come inside. They'll beg, plead, even threaten. But the worst thing you can do is let them in. People who have encountered the black-eyed children say they felt an overwhelming sense of dread. And those who actually let them in, well, let's just say things did not end well. So, the next time you hear a knock on your door late at night, maybe think twice before you answer it. This next legend is one that's probably hit a little too close to home for some of us. It's Slender Man. Slender Man is this tall, creepy figure, all arms and legs, no face. He's usually depicted wearing a black suit like he just stepped out of some creepypasta funeral, and he's always lurking in the background watching. You'll see photoshopped images of him standing in the woods behind kids on playgrounds, just out of sight but always there. What makes Slender Man so scary is that he represents something really terrifying, the unknown. He doesn't have a face, so you can't read his emotions. You don't know what he wants, why he's stalking you, or what he'll do when he catches you. It's that fear of the unseen, the unexplainable, that really gets under your skin. The story just took off. People started creating their own Slender Man stories, making videos, even writing entire novels about him. But here's the thing that makes it even more disturbing. Slender Man started blurring the lines between fiction and reality. There were actual crimes, real-life incidents, where people claimed they were influenced by Slender Man. It's a cautionary tale about the power of belief and the dark side of the internet. Let's talk about something a little different now, something that's equal parts creepy and sad, the Crying Boy painting. I remember seeing this painting in people's houses when I was a kid. The painting is a simple portrait of a young boy with tears streaming down his face. He looks so sad, so lost. And that's part of what makes this legend so unsettling. The story goes that this painting was cursed. In the 1950s and 60s, British newspapers reported house fires. In almost every fire, the Crying Boy painting survived untouched. People thought the painting was cursed, causing the fires. Some said the artist cursed it himself. Owners reported bad luck, illnesses, accidents, financial ruin. They tried to destroy it, but it wouldn't burn. They'd throw it away, and it would reappear. The idea of a cursed painting following you around is terrifying. Let's head to Japan for this next one because, honestly, no one does creepy like the Japanese. We're talking about Kuchisake Onna, the slit-mouthed woman. Imagine walking home alone at night. The streets are empty, and there's a chill in the air. Suddenly, you see a woman standing under a streetlight. She's beautiful, with long black hair and piercing eyes. But there's something off. She's wearing a surgical mask. She approaches you and asks in a sweet, innocent voice, "Do you think I'm beautiful?" If you say yes, she'll remove her mask, revealing a horrifying sight. Her mouth has been sliced open from ear to ear, forming a grotesque, bloody grin. She'll ask you again, "Do you think I'm beautiful now?" And here's the messed up part, there's no right answer. If you say no, she'll pull out a giant pair of scissors and, well, let's just say you'll end up with a similar smile. This next one is just messed up. It's the Bunny Man, and it's enough to make you terrified of anyone in a furry costume. This legend hits close to home for me because it takes place in my old stomping grounds of Virginia. It's the 1970s, and there are all these reports of a man dressed in a bunny costume terrorizing people near a railway overpass in Clifton, Virginia. They call it the Bunny Man Bridge. The story goes that the Bunny Man was an escaped mental patient. He was seriously unhinged, and he loved to axe murder people. The legend is so ingrained in the area that people still report seeing strange things near the bridge, flickering lights, disembodied laughter, and of course, glimpses of a man in a bunny suit. The Bunny Man legend is a classic example of how a local story can take on a life of its own. This next one is a classic. I'm talking about the Hookman. It's the one your camp counselor tells you around the campfire. The story goes like this. A young couple, madly in love, parked at their favorite makeout spot. They're listening to the radio when suddenly the music cuts out, a news bulletin about an escaped killer with a hook for a hand. The girl freaks out, wants to leave. The guy says, "Don't worry, babe, it's just a story." They hear a scratching sound on the roof of the car. The guy gets out to check, finds a bloody hook hanging from the door handle. This next one is super sad and creepy at the same time. It's the Vanishing Hitchhiker. This is one of those legends that's been around forever, and it seems like every town has its own version. You're driving down a deserted highway late at night. It's raining, the wind is howling, and you're feeling all alone. Suddenly you see a figure standing on the side of the road, thumbing for a ride. It's a young woman, all alone, looking scared and vulnerable. Being the nice person you are, you pull over. She gets in, thanks you for the ride, and tells you where she needs to go. She's quiet, maybe a little shaken up, but otherwise seems harmless. You chat, you learn a little bit about her, but there's something a little off. You pull up to the address she gave you, and when you turn to tell her you're there, she's gone. Vanished into thin air. You check the back seat, you look around outside, but there's no sign of her. Freaked out, you decide to investigate. You knock on the door of the house, and an older person answers. You tell them about the girl, and that's when they tell you the truly creepy part. The girl you picked up died years ago. Who here hasn't tried this one at a sleepover? Don't lie, I know you've all been there. We're talking about Bloody Mary. This is less of an urban legend, and more of a rite of passage. It's the ultimate test of courage, a dare that's been passed down through generations of terrified teenagers. We've all been there, huddled in a dark bathroom, the only light coming from a flickering candle. You stand in front of the mirror, your heart pounding in your chest, and you start to chant, "Bloody Mary, Bloody Mary, Bloody Mary." The first time you do it, it's terrifying. You stare into the mirror, your eyes searching for any sign of movement, any flicker of something unnatural. The legend of Bloody Mary is all about facing your fears, about confronting the unknown in the darkness. This next one is seriously messed up. It's the Choking Doberman. This is like a classic urban legend that your mom probably told you to freak you out about staying home alone. A woman comes home after a long day to find her beloved Doberman choking on something. The dog is freaking out, pawing at its mouth, making these awful gagging sounds. The woman, she's frantic. She loves this dog, so she rushes it to the vet, hoping they can save it. The vet takes one look at the dog and knows something is seriously wrong. They sedate the poor thing, and when they reach down its throat to see what's causing the blockage, they pull out human fingers. The police are called, and they search the woman's house, assuming the burglar is long gone. But guess what? They find the burglar hiding in the house, missing a few fingers, and probably wishing he'd chosen a different profession. The Choking Doberman legend is a warning about the importance of home security, the dangers that can lurk in the shadows of our homes. We're ending our list with a legend that's both tragic and terrifying. It's La Llorona, the Weeping Woman. This one comes from Mexican folklore, and it's a story that's been told and retold for centuries. La Llorona means the weeping woman, and the legend goes like this. There was once a beautiful woman named Maria, who was deeply in love with a wealthy rancher. They had a passionate affair, and Maria gave birth to his 2 children. But the rancher ultimately abandoned her. Heartbroken and driven to madness by her lover's betrayal, Maria took her children down to the river. She waded into the water and drowned her own children in a fit of despair. Now, her cries of anguish echo through the night. She wanders the waterways, searching for her lost children. They say that if you hear her cries, you should run the other way. La Llorona is said to be especially dangerous to children, as she mistakes them for her own lost little ones. The legend of La Llorona is a cautionary tale about the destructive power of grief, the dangers of obsession, and the importance of protecting the innocent. Well guys, there you have it, 10 of the scariest urban legends that will keep you up at night. I don't know about you, but I'm definitely sleeping with the lights on tonight. If you enjoyed this video and want to see more creepy content, give it a big thumbs up and subscribe to my channel. And be sure to let me know in the comments below what urban legends freak you out the most. Until next time, sweet dreams. Thanks for watching. If you enjoyed this video, don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit the bell icon for more spine-tingling content. Sweet dreams, if you can sleep.